Yo, what's up, Aquarius? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of March 2018. Aquarius, the sun is going to be in an area for you throughout the month of March 2018. It has to do with the way you earn your money. So you're going to be a lot busier regarding the way you earn your money throughout the first 3 weeks of March, Aquarius. And you're going to be very bottom line focused. You're going to be more bottom line oriented than you usually are. Your mind is going to be on your money. And the sun is going to shift into an area that has to do with your communication on March 20th. So following March 20th, communication is going to be more of a theme for you. Now, typically this would give you the gift of gab, but on March 22nd, Mercury will start retrograding in the same area. So this can cause some problems with communication. So you may not be able to get your message across the way you like to. I mean, you are a great communicator already because you're an air sign. And the element of air has to do with communication, has to do with the intellect. So, typically you are a really good communicator. Now, this might cause a little bit of a jam up in your communication process. So, look out for that when I'm going to talk about that more later in the forecast. But that retrograde is going to happen from March 22nd until April 15th. Now, there's also 2 full moons again happening this month. And that's really interesting because that just happened back in January. And back in January, one was actually the super blue blood moon. So it was a lunar eclipse for the second one. But now we also have 2 full moons again here in the month of March. So that's 2 blue moons within the same calendar year. It's very rare. And it's something that's not going to happen again for another 19 years. So you could see how substantial these lunar events are because, like I said, that's a pretty rare thing. And then also on March 8th, we have Jupiter, which is going to go retrograde. And that's happening in your air career. I'll talk about that more later in the forecast. But those are the main themes for you, Aquarius, for the month of March 2018. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat on March 1st, there's a full moon. So we're starting off on the first day with the first full moon of the month. And this one has to do with a shared resource situation. So it depends on what's happening with your shared resource situation, Aquarius. So some of you, you're in great shared resource situation. You might see some sort of positive development regarding anything that you share with another following March 1st. Now, for others of you, if you're in a shared resource situation where maybe your finances are combined or whatever else, these full moons, sometimes they make a little bit of a shake-up. And, maybe there's a shake-up and there's a blip and you go over it and you're good. For others of you, it's a very specific thing, but if you break up, you break up. I mean, that's what the universe would suggest for some Aquarius. I'm not saying that's, I'm not saying the full moon's going to hit on March 1st and all of a sudden you're splitting your shared resource situation up. No, that's not the case. But for some of you, that might be the case. Yes. Now, for others of you, this might precipitate some sort of development following the full moon on March 1st. You might see a development regarding a contract, or potentially this has to do with an investment of some sort, or maybe this does have to do with a development regarding shared finances. On March 4th, Mercury will align with Venus. So this is a great one for communicating your affection to someone who you know from the area of where you earn your money, Aquarius. So if you do know somebody from the area of where you earn your money and you're attracted, then March 4th is the ideal time for you to flirt with this person. And for others of you, if this doesn't have to do with an attraction with someone who reminds you of the area where you earn your money, then potentially this has to do with a creative endeavor of some sort. So you're communicating about creative ideas in the area of where you earn your money on March 4th, or potentially you're thinking about them because Mercury is also thought. On March 8th, Jupiter will start to retrograde. So it's retrograding in this area that has to do with your professional life, Aquarius, and it's going to retrograde until July 10th. Now, retrogrades do bring delays, unfortunately. So if there's something that you're trying to get off the ground in your professional situation, then it may feel like sort of an uphill battle until July 10th. I know it's disappointing to hear that, but that's what that's what they do sometimes. But Jupiter's been in this area for you moving forward since fall of last year. So that goes to show that there's something very important happening regarding your professional life. And typically when you have Jupiter in this area of career, sometime while Jupiter is there, it may precipitate some sort of advancement in your professional life or advancement in your career. Now, I can't say that's definitely going to happen while it's retrograding, but for some of you, maybe you've gone through this already. If you haven't, then following when Jupiter starts to move forward again on July 10th, Jupiter will be in this area moving forward again following July 10th until November 2018. Potentially within that time frame, some of you might be looking to take your professional situation to the next level. On March 11th, Mars will aspect Uranus positively, and Uranus is the unexpected. Uranus brings things in an unanticipated manner, in an impromptu fashion. And this has to do potentially with some of you might be communicating with someone unexpectedly on social media. Now, Mars sometimes implies a sexual attraction. So potentially you are sexually attracted to someone who stands out to you on social media. Or for others of you, this might be within your friendships or your social situation. But this might be a great day for you to unexpectedly communicate with this person, or, engage with them or interact with them potentially. So I wouldn't pass this opportunity up. And if you're an Aquarius that's totally single, then this is a great time for you to jump on. Not everyone's into online dating, but you shouldn't knock it until you try it, because this aspect on March 11th shows that you really could have some luck finding somebody. Now, like I said, others of you, maybe this person is somewhere on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. For others of you, this might be in your friendships. On March 13th, the Sun will aspect Jupiter retrograde. Something really great is developing in your professional situation, and it's aspecting positively to the Sun. So whatever's developing in your professional situation, Aquarius, it may be tied together with money. It might not be resonating as monetary success right now, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to in the future. And it's highlighted by the Sun's positive angle to Jupiter retrograde on March 13th. On March 17th, there's a new moon. This new moon's going to hit on March 17th, and the 6 months that follow March 17th, that's how a new moon works. Potentially some new developments coming in regarding your money situation. So for some of you, this has to do with your money in the 6 months that follow, something new about your money in the 6 months that follow March 17th. For others of you, this has to do with the area of where you earn your income. So potentially there's new processes that are being integrated into the area of where you earn your income, and you might see that happen in the 6 months that follow the new moon that's going to hit on March 17th. On March 22nd, now we have Mercury retrograde, and then it's going to retrograde until April 15th. And you just have to watch out with these retrogrades, because even though the retrogrades from the 22nd March to April 15th, there's a shadow period that's a few weeks before and after the retrograde cycle, where you might start to see some blips in communication, maybe some computers acting funny, phones acting funny, technology acting funny. You might see any of that stuff. And this is maybe like a review of the way you communicate, Aquarius. So R for retrograde, R for review. You might be able to make some adjustments or revisions, R for retrograde, R for revision, in the way you communicate to make your communication more effective. You are already an effective communicator, but you might be able to get even better at this in this area with this retrograde happening in this area from March 22nd to April 15th. This is also an ideal time for you to learn something. So is there anything that you need to R for retrograde, R for review? Potentially some of you might be able to learn something here and put more attention to. Retrograde is when the planet looks like it's going backwards, but it's not really going backwards. What does that mean astrologically? So, revision. This is a good time for revision with this retrograde between March 22nd and April 15th, Aquarius. On March 25th, Venus will aspect Jupiter, which is retrograding. And this angle has to do March 25th. This angle does have to do with some adjustments. So, maybe some of you are, because Venus is in this area of communication on March 25th for you. It's and then Jupiter's in this area of retrograde, and that's to do with your career and your professional life. So, maybe some of you are making some revisions or some adjustments, regarding the way you're communicating in your professional life to make it more effective. Now, because Venus is there, some of you might have some sort of romantic attraction to somebody who reminds you of the area of where you earn your money, or potentially this reminds you of somebody from your professional life. So I'd say this is probably a good day to interact with this person on March 25th if there's somebody like that in your life. And then on March 31st, there's a full moon. And this is the blue moon. So there's a second full moon of the month in March. And this one has to do with spirituality. So, different Aquariuses are going to have different perceptions of spirituality. Some may be into more original or traditional types of religion, whereas, other ones, most likely if you're watching this video, you might be into a method of spirituality that's a little bit more alternative, or like numerology, tarot, or astrology. So, different Aquarians are going to have different perspectives about spirituality, but you might see a development regarding spirituality in your life following the full moon on March 31st. Now, for others of you, and this is very specific, but this may precipitate some kind of development regarding a faraway place. So that's a really specific thing, but yeah, where this full moon is hitting on March 31st for you, Aquarius, this does have to do with faraway places or foreign cultures. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Astrology, so make sure to follow me there. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.